Okay, hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So in this video, I'm going to have a look at the SPS token, the Splinterlands governance token from obviously Splinterlands. They've been talking about this for a couple of months now. They've started doing the airdrop where people who have sort of value in the game and have assets in the game are starting to get this token airdrop to them. It's a governance token. So some other stuff we can do around that, particularly around liquidity. So the SPS token is actually one of these tokens that's available on multiple blockchains. So Splinterlands runs on the Hive blockchain, although it has lots of sort of has linked over the kind of years to lots of other blockchains in various ways. And in terms of the SPS token, you can do liquidity provision on the Hive blockchain, but most people don't use Hive very much, and I guess you'd say the tools are not quite as good as other blockchains. So I think the majority of this liquidity stuff is happening on PancakeSwap, which is the sort of the main AMM exchange on Binance Smart Chain. So Binance Smart Chain for the last kind of 8 months or so has been growing very fast in terms of DeFi in particular. A bit of gaming stuff going on, but mainly DeFi. So PancakeSwap is basically a copy of Uniswap on Binance Smart Chain. So let's go and do some trading. So I'm connected with my MetaMask wallet. I've set up my MetaMask wallet for Binance Smart Chain. Lots of videos about how you do that. It's pretty straightforward. Binance Smart Chain, totally different blockchain from Ethereum, but they use the same EVM. So they are sort of compatible in some ways. So if I'm going to trade, I'm going to go here. You can see I've got 2.39 BNB tokens in my wallet, and I'm going to choose the Splinterlands shard. So check you've kind of got the right one here. So you can see here it's got the logo Splinter shard. So there we go. I'm going to swap one BNB token for 479 SPS tokens. So let's get that going. So we can see just the usual stuff when you swap a token. Price is updating. So let's confirm that swap and just have to do that in my wallet. Okay, so that has actually gone through. And why I swap that is because I'm going to liquidity here. So I've not got any liquidity in at the moment. So liquidity just means I'm going to put I'm going to add the same amount of 2 tokens, and that allows people then, if they want to swap in and out, that sort of gives them more value. And the more liquidity in there, the better the deal you get. So effectively, you're getting the least slippage, and slippage is what happens if you want to change a large amount of tokens. Then the factor of changing, you try to swap a large amount of tokens will actually change the price you're going to get. So the more value in there, the less slippage you get, which means you get the best deal. So it's generally a kind of a nice thing to do. So I'm going to choose my BNB tokens and my Splinter shards, and you have to do equal amounts. So I'm going to put the maximum amount of SPS tokens in there, and that's because I just swapped one in, so that's basically going to be one of my BNB tokens. So that's what's going on there, and you can see I'm going to have 0.02% of the entire pool. That's because the developer has actually put a lot of value in there as well. So first I'm going to have to enable the token, and then I'm going to have to do the what we call supply. And by adding liquidity, I earn 0.17% of all the trades in that. Okay, so that's gone through, and now we're going to supply these tokens, and we supply them into the pool, and we get back a token that represents what we've put in. So just kind of checking it all through again. Okay, so now we can see that's gone through. So now we have that liquidity in there. Okay, so now we can actually go and put that in a pool. So once you put liquidity in, you start earning the kind of the fees, the 0.17% of any fees going in there. You start that money is shared amongst the pool providers. So I've only got 0.02% of that, so a very small amount, obviously. But that's why people would put their money in liquidity pools. You have to be a little bit careful. You have to think about things like what they call impermanence loss. I'm not going to go into the detail here, but that's basically the ratio of the 2 tokens changes. If one of them becomes much more expensive, then obviously compared to just keeping those expensive tokens that are going up, you're basically putting in half of a token that's going to go up against half a token that's sort of going to go down in ratio. So you sort of lose money if you think about it as an opportunity cost. But we're not worried about that. So I'm going to the farms, and we can search. So here we have this is a way of sort of earning extra kind of value here. So we have the SPS BNB liquidity pair, which is what I've just created. So when you lock those two tokens into liquidity pool, you get a token back again, and then you can lock that token in. And we can see here I've not earned anything yet, but there's a APR at the moment of 114%. You can see there's $3.4 million worth of liquidity in it at the moment. There's a multiplier, which is sort of what reward you get. So because the way that the farm work is you're staking SPS and BNB, but the reward you're getting is in the cake token. The cake token is what underpins PancakeSwap. So their token is called their token is called Cake, and everything you do basically get rewarded in this Cake token. So in order to do that, we're going to have to go through the same sort of process. So we're going to have to go through sort of enabling the token to be staked effectively. So that's all gone through. Actually, I did have to go back because it hadn't done the liquidity properly. So, but anyway, I've done it now. Same sort of process. So basically, I do have these liquidity pool tokens. We can see here I've actually got 20 of these SPSBNB liquidity pool tokens. So as I say, when you put in the value, lock it into liquidity pool, you basically get tokens back again, which represent your share of what's going on there. So those are these are actual tokens. So I'm going to stake all of them in there, and I'm going to confirm, and hopefully that goes through. Seems like the Binance Smart Chain is having a bit of a problem getting things through at the moment, which is why I've had to do actually things a couple of times, but hopefully it'll go through this time. Okay, so we go. Funds have been staked in the farm. It's good. So we can now see we have 20.279 of these LP tokens, liquidity pool tokens staked. So it's about $637. Obviously, that goes up and down depending on the price of these two. And we can see here. So yeah, I was going to got that searching. So we can see here. So these are all the other kind of pairs that are being all the different sort of tokens that are being staked within PancakeSwap. There's a whole bunch of kind of weird and crazy stuff. We can see here that there we go. There's my ones. If I go to stake only, it just shows the ones I've got. And actually, I forgot. Actually, I am staking. I am actually farming some TLM tokens, which is the Trillium token, which is for Alien Worlds. So I've got a tiny amount on there. Can't even think how much I've got. But there's we can see kind of there's $8 million worth of this of liquidity in this pool, and 3.4 in this. So we can kind of start to see PancakeSwap. There are starting as games start to use Binance Smart Chain as a place for tokens to be kind of swapped, and they build bridges between different blockchains. We can kind of start to see how this sort of stuff plays out. At the moment, you obviously can do it on Ethereum. That gas prices are just so expensive that generally a lot of this stuff, particularly for the smaller games, has moved to Binance Smart Chain. And we can't see anything yet, but over time we'll sort of see this. Over time, I'll start earning cake on both of these. So the point of doing liquidity is you get the you earn in the SPS and the BNB pair, but the point in going into the farm is you also gain extra cake tokens, and obviously cake tokens are just a token on Binance Smart Chain. You can go and swap cake for anything else, or you can even is it in pools, I think. So even here we can go and you can just they call it syrup pools, no idea why, but you can just go and if you have any cake, you can just go and stick your cake in here. So we can see here. So if I stake my cake tokens that I'm earning from my liquidity pools, I can then earn some more SPS token at an APR of just going up there. So we can see here 2.9 million cake have been staked, and I've actually got a little. I think I have a tiny amount of cake. Anyway, let's just show you how that works. I think I've got about half a cake or something. So now I can stake my cake. So you can see I've got 0.496 cake that I'm going to stake. Like a poetry, isn't it? So I've got $7 worth of. You wouldn't normally do this, obviously, in this small amounts, but I'm just showing you how to do it. So I'm going to confirm that. I'm going to go through the usual. I'm not showing you the kind of the confirmation steps to speed things up. Okay, so now that's gone through. So we can now see in the pool, I've got 0.5 cake tokens staked. And we can see I'm already earning SPS tokens at a very small amount here. Obviously, this is you wouldn't do this normally, but it's 200%. So if you you can start to see, and you can't start to see with these sort of these staking mechanics. It's sort of very circular. It sort of blows your mind in a little bit. So you sort of taken some tokens, you've put them into a liquidity pool. You're earning fees on that. You're then farming them and earning cake. And then the cake you can take your cake and then you can stake it in here, and then you can earn some more SPS tokens. So it all gets a little bit kind of crazy. Obviously, the point of this is these the cake tokens are being created every time there's a block on Binance Smart Chain, and the Splinterlands is creating SPS tokens as well. So these tokens are just being created. The fact they've got financial value to them is sort of by the community around these projects say these things have got value because you can get more tokens from them. So it's a little bit crazy. As ever, be very careful. Don't ever risk more money than you can sort of afford to lose, because these things can go wrong, and obviously the price of any token can go to zero. So be careful on that sort of stuff. But this is what it looks like at the end. So we go back here to the end. So we can see here that I'm actually from my farms now. So I did those 2 farms, and it's a bit of time has gone, a tiny amount of time. We can see that I've earned a little bit. I've earned one US cent from my SPSBNB liquidity pool staking. So obviously over time, that's going to build up, and I can harvest my cake, and then I can go and stick it back in the pool, and then I can earn a bit more SPS token. So there we go. This sort of stuff is complicated, even for people who've been doing it for a while, as you can tell. So just be careful with it, but it is interesting. And I guess as more governance tokens come out, we'll kind of see more of this sort of stuff being built into the game. And I guess in time, actually, some of this stuff will just be built into the game. You won't have to leave the game and go to other interfaces. You'll just be able to do that within the game, and that will be very interesting. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're interested in blockchain games. But see you again soon, I hope.